Hi, Chris.
No, I had a question. It really doesn't mean much, but you were on Inside MMA about 3 years ago talking to Kenny and Boss, and you said that you had a student named Joe who was just a killer and a gorilla. Was that Joe Rogan?
I don't remember.
You
maybe
know.
I just said Joe. Maybe I said Joe. I'm pretty sure I said it thinking that everybody knew who I was talking about.
Yeah.
That's
Most
probably
likely.
what happened. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. A lot of casual MMA fans, just friends who will go out to the bar and stuff. I'll tell them, yeah, Rogan's a black belt in Taekwondo. He was a national champion. He's a black belt in Jiu-Jitsu. I'm like, no, he's just the Fear Factor guy doing announcing. Like, no, he's a legitimate martial arts practitioner.
He's a killer.
Yeah, I mean, look at that. That I feel at my school where he's kicking the bag, and GSP is going nuts. He can't believe how hard Joe Rogan's kicking the bag. You have Bruce Lee. You have Bruce Lee with all these famous little video clips that all the Bruce. I'm a big Bruce Lee fanatic. Bruce Lee is the most influential person in my life, for damn sure. But you compare his famous little clips and Bruce Lee kicking a bag in his backyard, and like, oh, look at this. That kick is so amazing, and it's so fast, and he kicks the bag, and it's in black and white. None of those video clips that Bruce Lee has even comes close to Joe Rogan destroying a bag, GSP, the greatest martial artist ever, arguably, going nuts, cursing, going, oh, my God, fuck, that was fucking... He's running to grab his phone so that he can video it because no one's going to believe him. That's a video that exists. You know what I mean? That's real shit. That's a crazy video. Come on, that's Joe Rogan teaching GSP how to kick. And it wasn't like GSP was just standing there going, okay, I see what you're doing. He kind of turning the hip, and okay, that's nice. And then he's kicking it. That would be nothing. GSP's reaction is what made that video. He's going nuts. He can't fucking believe it.
Yeah.
Bruce Lee doesn't have a video like that. It's that powerful. He doesn't have a video where he's wowing people with his kicks. And you're seeing the way he's hitting that bag. It's not just the camera angle. If you're standing there, he murders fucking bags. He murders, and we grew up in jiu-jitsu at the Machados, and every jiu-jitsu school is filled with guys that come from the karate background with black belts. Some have schools. Like I would say a good third of jiu-jitsu students come from a traditional martial arts background. And there was a bag, a kicking bag set up at Jean-Jacques, just sitting there. No one really practiced kickboxing then because of the bag. People would every now and then be a dude wailing on it, and it was so hysterical when I would ask someone who was a black belt in the school, just one guy in particular, his name was Dave. I said he owned a karate school, and he's infusing it with jiu-jitsu, which is a smart thing. And I asked him, I go, let me see your turning sidekick, kick that bag. And he'd get in stance, stretch out just for like 2 seconds, and then he'd do a turning sidekick, hit the bag. And then Joe was right there, I go, okay, Joe, you do it now. And then Joe would do it, and nobody wanted to kick the bag no more. Once they see Joe kick the bag, nobody wants to kick it anymore. They won't even try it again.
Yeah, man. When Joe kicks that bag, dude, it makes that sound. It makes that sound where like you hear that cha-ching, and it's the same sound you make when you're up on a swing and you're way high up and it has slack and you just come falling back down. Cha-ching.
There was this time, and I've been wanting to videotape it forever. Actually, I did videotape it once back in 2001. I mean, I've known Joe can murder bags for 12, 13 years. And I tried to explain to people, but nobody would believe it. And I videotaped, back in 2001, and I showed it to Rico Rodriguez. He was a friend of mine. I go, look, the turn-in sidekick has a place in MMA. And this is back when, you don't throw turn-in sidekicks, but rarely, like, you see one every 2 years. And I was trying to convince Rico Rodriguez of it, but it was a bad camera angle. He wasn't that impressed, although Rico did start throwing turn-in sidekicks. I don't know if you remember or follow him, but he would throw them. But I don't know if he was influenced by Joe. But anyways, so way back then, me and Joe drop off his car to get a car stereo. And we got a couple hours because we're walking around, we get something to eat. Then we see a martial arts school across the street. It was run by five Middle Eastern brothers that did a combination of karate and kung fu and all and savate and even that Sanchu stuff. And we walked in, and I had it all planned out. I wanted to get the guy kicking the bag and then have Joe kick the bag and look at the guy's face. That's what I wanted to do. So I go in. I love doing that. I've done that several times. I get dudes kicking the bag, because if Joe kicks the bag first, no one's going to want to kick the bag. I want to see them kick it first. So I walk into school, pretending like we're interested in joining, and I said, can you show me what kind of kicks you teach here? Do you guys teach linear kicks or more circular kicks, more like kung fu? And I was like trying to get the kicks out of him. He goes, well, I'll show you. So he starts stretching out, ready to give us a demonstration of what kicks we're going to learn there. He's stretching out, and while he's stretching, he looks over at Joe, and Joe's kind of shadow boxing a little bit, and the guy goes, yeah, have you ever trained? Have you strike? And then Joe doesn't want to lie. He goes, yeah, I did, I used to teach Taekwondo. And I go, oh, really? He goes, let me see what you got. Why don't you hit the bag? And Joe said, okay. And he went first, so he just destroyed the bag. That guy, you know what he said? I swear to God, I'll never forget this. He said, I'm not going to sit here and have a kicking competition with you guys. Like, he figured it out. He goes, if I get hurt trying to impress you with kicks, that's going to affect my livelihood. He backed out of that shit. He would not kick the bag. He knew he was set up. Like, he'd never, 1,000,000%, he'd never seen anybody kick a bag like that before. And people just don't believe it until they see it. I've never seen anybody kick a bag like Joe. I've been around a lot of martial artists. I've never seen anybody.
All those videos.
Neither has a GSP. GSP's never seen anybody kick a bag like that, and he's a legit black belt. And it's not just a turning side kick. Everything Joe throws has incredible power. Everything, like his jab, his hook, his hands. He's got giant hands, and I've witnessed this personally. And he's got cash. He takes private lessons with the best motherfuckers out there. And I always want to see their reaction once they start holding mitts for him. Once people start holding mitts for Joe, it's just not his turning side and side. His hands are tremendously heavy. They always look. He'll just fucking jack those mitts up, and then the guy looks over at me, and I make eye contact. I'm like, so what do you think? They always go, holy shit, this guy could fight pro right now. They're always blown away. Everyone, even Delagrati. Delagrati was holding mitts for Joe, and he said he'd never hit anybody. He's never had anybody that size hit as hard as Joe.
I believe that, man. I believe
everything,
that.
His axe kicks, his Jackie Chan flippy kicks, his uppercut, his everything he throws, his push kick, everything. He's got what it is he's got something going on in the hip area. He just knows how to throw his hips harder and stronger than most people, and he's got big, heavy hands. His shoulders are giant. He really is a gorilla.
He is, man.
If he wanted to do, if someone was going to give him $100 million and he said, fuck it, I'll take the fight, and he got to train 6 months, he would destroy some dudes at 170. He would murder them. He's very hard to take down. His jiu-jitsu is sick. You're going to take him down, you're going to get choked. He's really good at jiu-jitsu, and he's got heavy fucking hands. And I'm sure he's got his jaw is big. I'm sure he could take some damage. Joe can fuck up a lot of those dudes at 170 if you got him shape. You know what I mean? If you got his weakness is his cardio. He's never been able to really lick that cardio thing. He backs about a lot. But
it's crazy, man.
If he fixed that cardio problem right now today, even though he's 44, he would fuck dudes out. Everybody that holds mitts from their jaws drop. It's crazy. And I'm not just saying that. It's the truth.
I believe it, man.
You see that bag? Yeah, it's crazy.
Dude.
It's crazy.
GSP was freaking out when he saw him kick it.
GSP legitimately went, oh my God, Joe, what are you doing? How did you do that?
Okay, hold on. Let me go get my video camera. No one's gonna fucking believe me. Nobody's gonna fucking believe me. I go to Canada, they're gonna think he bullshit.
Holy Joe, you kick so hard.
By the way, I'm terrible at accents. I shouldn't have done that.